Good morning. My name is Charlie Hope. My pronouns are he, him, and I have the joy of serving on your board of trustees. And it's my pleasure to welcome you here this morning. If you're here for the first time, thank you for joining us. We look forward to getting to know you. We invite you to fill out one of the visitor forms that are in the pews. Everyone present in the sanctuary today is welcome to join us in-person community immediately following the service. Each week, we remind ourselves of our congregation's core values: connection, transformation, justice, and acceptance. Our mission is to embody these core values in our daily lives by welcoming all, inspiring compassion, nurturing wonder, and serving community. Nurturing wonder means we encourage and celebrate a sense of wonder within everyone. At Unity Temple, we treat opportunities for spiritual deepening, questioning, and growth. A reminder that this afternoon at 2 p.m. is the celebration of life for Unity Temple member Jim Walwork right here in the sanctuary. The service will also be live streamed and recorded. We're so glad that you are here with us today. I invite those of you present to take a moment to greet one another.
Arlo loves his parents taking care of him. He loves to go camping, and his favorite vegetable is broccoli. Please join with me in the words of our child sighting. We are Unitarian Universalists. This is the church of the open minds, the loving hearts, and the helping hands. We take care of the planet Earth and each other. Our worship associate today is Jay Cohen, and he has written this piece, but I'm going to share it on his behalf this morning for reasons that will be apparent. As some of you know, I have been dealing with a medical issue that brings chronic discomfort and has limited my ability to project my voice. In a life where I am usually quite social and talkative, I have been asked by circumstance to grow quiet. That has not come easily. There have been days of frustration and sadness, days when I have missed the simple joy of easy conversation, shared laughter, and the small human moments that connect us. And yet, as so often happens, life has been offering its lessons right alongside the challenge. I have been reminded of our deep human capacity to adapt. Even in pain, even in disappointment, something in us keeps reaching, keeps adjusting, keeps searching for what might still bring a sense of meaning or even a spark of joy. Lately, that spark has come in small and gentle ways. A good meal that invites me to slow down and savor. A piece of music that fills my heart or makes me smile. A book that carries me somewhere else for a while. And especially these spring days, walking through neighborhoods surrounded by tall trees and small blossoms, by curated gardens and untamed forest preserves, watching the quiet turning of the seasons. While I am slowly on the mend with the help of medical treatments, I have no doubt that part of this healing comes from the softening of winter and the arrival of spring. Through my daily wanderings in the midst of all this beauty, something inside me is softening too. My senses are waking up, and I remember that life continues its steady unfolding. Today is Choir Sunday, a chance for all of us to listen deeply and let music awaken something within us. However we arrived here this morning, whether we feel fully alive or we feel like our strength is running low, may this time together and the week ahead offer us space to adapt, to awaken, and to notice what still nourishes us. May we be reminded that even in difficult times, there is a path toward gratitude, and through it, a measure of joy and healing. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your life journey, wherever you are in the world, you are welcome here. Come, let us worship together. Please rise as you're comfortable and join in singing Morning Has Come. It's number 1000 in the Teal hymn book.
covenant together. Love is a doctrine of this congregation. Christ for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine, thus to be covenant with each other and with God.
Good morning. My name is Vanessa Crowder. My pronouns are she, her, and I serve on your spiritual care team. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. Sharing the joys and sorrows of our lives with each other is one of the ways that we embody that love. Those attending in person may share your joys and sorrows in the binder outside the doors to the sanctuary. You can also email your joys and sorrows to us at spiritualcare@unitytemple.org. If you'd like to talk with someone about what is on your heart, please feel welcome to contact the spiritual care team. We're here to listen and sit with you in times of both joy and sorrow. Here are the joys and sorrows shared this week. It is with great joy that Brad Stasel and Mary Cowell welcomed a son into the world. Elio James Stasel was born on April 17th at 12:49 a.m. and is the sunshine of their love. James Kiebinger has both a sorrow and a joy. His sorrow is that his father, Carl, died unexpectedly on Monday. He was 72, and the service was yesterday in Connecticut. And James's joy is that this amazing community embraced him and offered so much support during this trying week. We know that we hold some joys and sorrows in silence. We invite anyone who has a joy or a sorrow to come forward and drop a stone into the bowl of water at one of the 4 stations around the sanctuary. This ritual represents a mingling of our collective joys and sorrows. And we invite you to engage in the spiritual practice of silence during this shared ritual. Let us begin.
My name is Emily Mace, and I am the intern minister here at Unity Temple. I use she, her pronouns. At this time, I'd like to invite you into a time for prayer and meditation, settling your bodies into the spaces they are in, and taking a few deep breaths. Spirit of life and love, spirit of mountains and glaciers, of deep valleys and wildflowers, we come into this sacred time and sacred space from the many roads we have traveled this week, roads of fear and doubt and grief, compassion, hope, and courage, roads of joy, laughter, and togetherness. Spirit of life, these roads have brought us into each other's company today, into the gifts of this community, especially the gifts of music and of new members joining on the journey, the gifts of the work that Unity Temple does in the world, and the ways we help each other in times of need. Remind us that even as we feel the hurt and ache of a broken world, a world in pain, we still remember to look for beauty in this world too. Waterfalls and meadows, running brooks and sudden rainbows. Spirit of life, we know that change can sometimes feel like it is moving at the pace of a glacier, and that too often that does not feel fast enough. Let us be part of the glacier so that we might feel the movement of change. And when we feel alone like a solitary wildflower blowing in the wind, here in this congregation, may we find in each other a field of flowers, each unique, each belonging, and each part of one another's thriving. May we all, as Walt Whitman said, know the universe itself as a road, as many roads, as roads for traveling souls. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.
Today, we are excited to be officially welcoming new members into our congregation. I would like to invite the ministers, the GEM committee, the director of RE and membership, and all the new members that are listed in the order of service to come forward for our official welcoming. Members of the congregation, please join in the call and response that is printed in the insert of the order of service. We, the people of Unity Temple, Unitarian Universalist congregation, celebrate and welcome you to our shared religious journey. New members. We We welcome you as the once we welcomed ourselves. We seek to be open and inclusive, respecting your inherent dignity, your ideas, and your vision. We offer all of who we are, our gifts, talents, and enthusiasm, as well as our shortcomings and doubts. We seek to be supportive to each other and encourage you to reach out to us as we reach out to you. We covenant to remain true to the spirit of love that flows through and guides this congregation. We know we will not always live up to our ideals. When we fall short, we invite you to stay in relationship and help us more fully bring alive the spirit of love. Congratulations to our new members. Please join in singing the hymn, "Come Sing a Song with Me." Children are welcome to go to their RE classes in Unity House, and everyone is welcome to return to their seats.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Marcia Borders. I'm a member of the Crop Walk team, and I'm going to be the one to introduce the offering today. Instructions on giving is in your order of service and on the screen above. Each week, Unity Temple splits the offering evenly. One half supports the programs and mission of our congregation, and this week the other half is going to the Crop Walk. Each year, the Oak Park community hosts the Hunger Walk, which brings the community together across party lines, faith traditions, and economic status to stand united in the belief that hunger is a solvable injustice. 75% of the funds raised supports the national and international relief and development funds, and 25% remains in the community. The walk itself is occurring this afternoon about 1:30. I and other members of the team invite anyone interested to walk with us. The step-off is about 1:30 at the Pilgrim Congregational Church on Scoville and Lake Street here in Oak Park. It's really a very family-friendly activity and lots of fun. So if you're so inclined, please see me at coffee hour for more information about the walk. Thank you for listening.
Last Sunday, Reverend Brian Sauter from Faith and Place shared his BS, that's Brian Sauter translation, of one of the post-crucifixion resurrection stories in the gospel about sightings of Jesus. In this story, some of the disciples are out fishing in a boat. They spot someone on the shore whom they eventually recognize to be Jesus. Peter, not always the brightest tool in the shed, dives and swims to the shore while the rest of the disciples take the boat to the shore. There, Jesus has already ready for them a lovely breakfast, and they eat together. So this story made me think about another one of those stories in the gospel tradition of a sighting of Jesus after the crucifixion and the resurrection. In this story, two disciples are walking on the road to Emmaus. This is in the aftermath of Jesus' horrific execution by the empire. They feel completely despondent, just like the disciples on the boat in the story that Brian shared. As they walk, a stranger joins them. The stranger shares some thoughts that somehow make them feel a little less lost, a little less despondent. When they get to Emmaus, they invite this stranger to join them in a meal. In the moment the stranger breaks the bread and blesses it, they say, "Hey, we know this guy." That's the RB translation anyway. And they are filled with joy and hope, even after Jesus vanishes from the meal. So I love both these stories. I approach them as powerful stories, as myths that speak to me not about the place and time where they are set, but about my place and my time. Myths speak about my life. Honestly, I could care less whether the story has even a shred of historical truth in it. And this reminds me of a line from the theologian Marcus Borg's book about Emmaus especially. Emmaus never happened. Emmaus always happens. Whether there's any historic truth in the Emmaus story, Borg suggests, doesn't matter. What does matter is how the story impacts the hearer in this time, in their place. So the Emmaus story is a myth. It is symbolic. Emmaus never happened, but Emmaus always happens. Breakfast on the beach with Jesus never happened, but breakfast on the beach with Jesus always happens. It happens when we hear and engage with the story. For me, it happened even last week as Brian invited us into that story. Which brings us to Walden Pond. Now, we know there is historic truth about Walden Pond and our Unitarian ancestor, Henry David Thoreau. He did indeed spend time by a cabin on the side of Walden Pond. He wrote this landmark book in that cabin about his experiences in living there, his experiments in living, as he called it. And his book contains profound ideas that have withstood the test of time, like how we can renew ourselves every day by encountering nature. His ideas became central to our American Unitarian Universalist faith. So when I first read the book in high school, I pictured Thoreau out in the middle of nowhere living by this pond. When I visited Walden Pond during college, I discovered that it's actually 1.5 miles from Concord. AI says that it's about a 30-minute walk from where his cabin was to where his house was on Emerson's land. I learned in a biography that as he wrote that book, he would go into Concord and continue working in his family's pencil-making business. And so, that wasn't at all what I pictured. And also, it looks more like a lake than a pond. And it's a nice lake. I kind of know nicer lakes in northern Wisconsin and Michigan. And I know lakes, Great Lakes State kid. It's not a pond. So all this is to say, it was frankly disappointing for me to see and learn more about Walden and Thoreau's writing of this book. I liked my original imaginative picture better. And now I realize that in so many ways, Thoreau's experiment in living on Walden Pond really doesn't matter. The history of it doesn't matter. Sorry, Emily Mace, I know you study history and you really like transcendentalism. So anyway, for me, Walden Pond is like these stories of Jesus. It's a Walden Pond, like the stories of Jesus after the crucifixion. My initial experience of Walden Pond and pondering that kind of symbolic image in my head, that takes me to my time and my place. Walden Pond didn't happen as I imagined it. Walden Pond always happens. Walden Pond, the myth, happens even when, like Jay, I walked to work today through the beautiful Oak Park spring down Grove Street. It happens whenever I am in nature, whenever I am attentive to the web of life that is pulsing in the landscape and in me, and realize we're all together in this, friends. When I am aware and spiritually open, Walden Pond always happens. Which brings me to the Khasi Hills of Northeast India. As I pondered all this in my heart this week, I found myself there in the Khasi Hills in another striking landscape that speaks deeply to me. It could not have been further from the actual Walden Pond. It was a hike down a lush green canyon in the Khasi Hills. I was accompanied by beloved fellow Unitarians, the Khasi and nearby Giantia Hills of the Indian state of Meghalaya are home to one of the most vibrant and wonderful incarnations of our global faith. So these hills are among the rainiest spot in the world, and they are really lushly green, as you can see. So there are magnificent trees next to the canyon, next to the river in this canyon. For who knows how long, people have painstakingly trained the roots of these trees to create bridges over the river. Building a bridge from roots takes upward of a century. These natural bridges withstand the torrential rains when the snow in the Himalayas to the north melts. They withstand that in a way that is superior to human-made bridges out of human-made materials. So the bridge you see in the photo I snapped is an extraordinary double-decker root bridge. This scene, which I think I shared another time with you, mentioning at the time, I walked on that bridge. This scene is stamped in my consciousness. This is a landscape of incredible beauty. The natural root bridge in the midst of the landscape is a symbol for me of how humans can live and thrive in nature as part of nature, not lord over nature. It is a picture of how living without attacking the web of life is a blessing. This is the beautiful Christ to the blasphemous Antichrist of extractive, white supremacist, imperialist culture. This is Walden, embodied in the lush hills of the Khasi Hills of Northeast India. And let me also note that the Khasi Unitarians were influenced by the writings of Thoreau and other transcendentalists. This picture will be with me, as will my imaginative picture of Walden, as long as I have memory. These pictures make a difference in how I live my life and how I find meaning in life. Which brings us to the mountains of Norway. I have not yet seen the mountains of Norway. I hope I will someday. But I can experience their beauty through photos like this and through other artistic renderings like The Road, a moving piece of music depicting the mountains of Norway. Composer Ola Welo writes about The Road. Apologies for my Norwegian here. The Road is a heartfelt tribute to one of Norway's most stunning stretches of road, the composer writes. We set out from below Hallingskarvet, the regal mountain near my family's hometown of Geilo, continuing over the Hardangervidda mountain plateau, and from there we travel steeply downward, all the way down to the beautiful Hardangerfjorden, before ending the journey by walking upwards again from Kinsvarik, passing the mighty waterfalls of Husedalen. So our music director, Marty Swisher, told me about this piece several months ago. It's a piece that took hold of her. Reflecting on why it took hold, Marty shared with me, understanding the music took shape for me through understanding the philosophies of Henry David Thoreau. He, while watching the progress of the seasons and contemplating the natural world, learned about what it is to be alive. In nature, he met the facts of life. In nature, Marty concluded, he learned how to renew thyself every day. So in a moment, we will hear this music that, along with Thoreau's words, inspired Marty so deeply. We will also see additional images found and prepared by Jim Parks. And I hope this transports you to Norway, and also to places where you learned what it is to be alive. For me, I will spend part of this musical and visual journey contemplating the natural root bridge in the Khasi Hills. Perhaps, like Marty and me, some of you will also engage in thinking about Walden Pond. It will help us stay in this kind of imaginative space through this creative journey, visual and musical, to hold our applause till the end of all 6 movements. Walden Pond never happened. Walden Pond happens when we have the eyes to see it and the imagination to feel it. to sing 318, We Would Be One. From the closing words of Walden, only that day dawns to which we are awake. There is more day to dawn. The sun is but a morning star. And let's join in the chalice extinguishing words. Carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again.